going to do some training drills. I'm going to call this one below the belt. And basically, we're going to do leg thrusts, and everything that we're going to do is going to be hitting below the belt. The reason why we're doing hitting below the belt are several reasons. A, as you get older and train, it's harder to kick high, so you don't have to kick high. B, it's very effective because it's hard to pick up when you're thrusting below the belt. So the training method that we use is Uechi. All this information that I'm telling you is not anything I made up. This is everything that was taught to me. My instructor is Art Rabisa, and if you look up on YouTube, Art Rabisa Karate, that's R-A-B-E-S-A, you'll find his YouTube videos. And he explains over countless videos these types of techniques, not anything I made up. It's something I've been taught to me for the last 40 plus years. So this is just my perspective on it. Some training exercises and drills that we're going to go over to use the bag on. First of all, my assistant Maurice Jr. These techniques are picked up right out of Katikate. So we use the stomp and the roundhouse on Katikate. So we start out low and we're hitting with the heel, and the technique, the delivery is for the leg to come, elevate and shoot as you're elevating. Not hinge it, not come up, then kick. Elevate and shoot at the same time. It's more of a thrust. So in Katikate, we're going to go one, hitting with the heel, then off the back foot, low, then we go into the roundhouse, hitting with the instep. But on the bag, we're going to be hitting with our shin, and then placing the shin on the hip. So it's low, and actually low again, then above the knee, hitting with the heel, outside, okay, now we're going to take it to the bag. Okay, so here we have the heavy bag here. So what are we accomplishing by this? Basically, you're trying to get in there and create devastating power, this blunt force trauma, onto the lower extremities of your attacker. And what are you hitting? Where are you hitting? You're hitting anywhere below the waist, and we'll go over into detail the different areas of where the target areas that you're trying to hit. If you could use imagery in this, basically imagine this as your thrust, your foot going into the attacker, either coming in hard into the front, straight on into the knee or the hip, or into the side of the leg here, okay? That's what you're doing. You're taking your foot, making contact in here on your attacker's leg, and putting it where it's not supposed to go, putting the knee back over here. And then by getting in close, it allows you to go to work on your hands, So like Katikate, we don't want to look down on where we're attacking. We want to use our peripheral vision and look at your attacker. Okay? 3-4 different types of kicks that you can use is the front kick. It can come either off of the front foot or off the back foot. Okay? Then we're going to use the stomp, which we used in Katikate, which is hitting with your heel. It looks just like a front kick. Elevate and then shoot the heel. All right? The reason why we look more towards the stomp is because if you're kicking a front kick, in Uechi karate, we use our toes. All right, so that's okay if you're hitting like below the waist, hips, groin. But once you get into the knee and the shin area, you know, if you're not wearing the right shoe, you could do damage to your toes. So there are certain shoes, if you look at this dress shoe, that has an edge to it. You can see that hard edge, or like a work boot. Yeah, you can hit into that knee and shin area with your toes. Also another area of, let me see your left foot. Below the ankle bone here, you can drive your toes in here. Feel that? Very sensitive, right? Okay, so you can drive it with a front kick as well with that. All right, so with this stomp, off the front foot, the first movement is actually the front foot, the back foot is going to go first to let you come in off the front foot with the stomp. So it looks like so. And notice my head height. It stays the same. You don't want to come up because you're losing that power. You're losing the torque and the energy, the horsepower from the thrust. And we like to end up here with our hands close to the bag, because in my other videos I show hand works, how to hit with your hands and your elbows. So the goal is to take that knee or whatever it is you're hitting and put it where it's not supposed to go to stop the bad guy. And again, we're elevating and thrusting simultaneously. We're not we're just coming in off the front foot. And up here. Now off the back foot. This one you're initiating with the front foot and then shooting the back foot. Again, notice the head height. So if you want to swing around here, you can see it from this angle. Okay. Note to self, don't try, is it too close? Let me swing down here a little bit. Note to self, if you have a heavy bag like this, the interior seems to settle at the bottom. So if you kick low here, it's very hard. It's like hitting that cement wall. Okay, I was sore for like 2 weeks, my foot. So that's the stomp. We did it both off the front and off the back. Trying to get our hands here so we can go to work with our hands. The next from Kitikatai is the roundhouse or crescent kick. So off the front, again, we're going to initiate with this foot here, and we're going to slide in. And Bella, if you can come around here, watch my knee. Right in close here, my knee is going to come across the emblem. Okay, and I'm going to lay my shin into the bag. Looks like so. My hands are here to go to work with the hands. Okay. Again, putting that knee where it's not supposed to go. That's off the front foot. Now off the back foot, we'll go this way, is you initiate sliding in here. The back foot initiates the move first, slide, step, okay, because you got to cover the distance. Okay, you're going to slide in. One. Watch the knee. The knee goes across that emblem. Again, my hands are here, so I can go to work with my hands. One more. Okay. So we talked about the front kick. Good question is where are you going? Where are you hitting with this? Well, a lot's happening when bad things happen. So again, we used to ask our sensei, Arthur Rabiso, where are we hitting with this? And he'd say yes. That was the answer. You're hitting whatever you can hit with it. Because during the heat of battle, everything's happening at once. There's bodies moving, everything's changing. This can be laid on the outside of the shin. Come over this way, Maurice. This can be laid out on the knee, on the quadricep here, also on the hip. You can lay that on the hip. And it can also be used once you get in. Once you get in close, you can also be throwing these from this close. The shins, not the stomps obviously, but your shins, you can be throwing it into your hip, into the guy's hip, because there are almost as many nerve endings in the hip as there are in your brain. So it's a good place to hit, is in the hips, obliterate this, or the legs. Okay? All right. One of the kicks we went over: front kick, stomp, roundhouse shin. One kick we didn't mention is the side kick. Very nasty. Probably out of all of them, the worst in terms of the damage it can do. The only thing is that it's sometimes it's easily picked up on because you tend to turn sideways when you're throwing that kick to launch this low hard kick into the person's lower below the belt. So again, looks like whereas if we're doing the frontal attacks, either the roundhouse, it's almost like you're walking into it. Harder to pick up on. Another good form of that side kick is in our Kanshiwa Bunkai. It's a side snap kick, so it's very quick. If my opponent was standing right here, I'd elevate and thrust very hard. So on the bag, it happens very quick. That leg is not supposed to go that way. So you're going to bust it open, and that's going to allow you to come in with your hands and get past him and find out if there are other bad guys that are going to be coming after you. It's good for multiple attacks. So the goal is to strike, and then strike, legs and hands, then go past your attacker, look for the next attacker. So again, probably the worst is that side snap kick. So in closing, again, these are all drills you can do at home. Doesn't take much. Heavy bag, somebody holding it. It doesn't sound really nasty like you're swinging a bag and hitting it with these crazy roundhouse kicks. It's very subtle. You're coming in. I'm only going 2 feet. My attacker's over there. I'm not going to hit him from here. I got to slide in and then get to him with my hands. So it's not a very flowery or crazy presentation. It's just doing the repetitions below the belt, stomp, front kick, roundhouse, side kick. Everything is below the belt. Again, hard to pick up on, hard for your opponent to see that that's where you're going. You can cover great distance, and it's difficult to defend against. The attacker, if they had some kind of training, they're not going to be able to pick up on that. And you just want to, again, with our friend here, the axe handler, you just want to simulate just busting through that and crashing into the attacker and breaking everything that's in its way into the hip. And then getting there, getting close enough so you can get in with your hands and go to work with your hands. It'll end very quickly. It'll allow you to go through and face other multiple attackers. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you get a heavy bag and start drilling it with those low, hard thrusts.